It's glad to have you join us again. This is Enterprise Morning, reaching you from Enterprise Television to our conversation for today. The internal crisis rocking the People's Democratic Party (PDP) deepened on Tuesday as Oyo State Governor Seyi, Makinde and the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory (FCT) Nyesom, Wike exchanged sharp words over the party's leadership and direction. Speaking at the commissioning of the Oyo PDP Secretariat in Ibadan, Makinde declared that individuals he labeled as vagabonds no longer had control of the PDP, insisting they were expelled in November of 2025.
Very true. It traced the party's troubles to a leadership vacuum after its loss of federal power in 2015, which it said encouraged indiscipline. Now, Makinde admitted he was once aligned with the group, but claimed to have since distanced himself, vowing that the PDP would not be weakened to favor another party. Now, the governor expressed confidence that ongoing legal disputes involving the PDP would be resolved by the judiciary and reaffirmed his commitment to strengthening the party nationally. So he also announced that the new secretariat named Mustapha House would be handed over to the party's national leadership.
All right, let's get talking. Emeka, thank you so very much for your time. We truly do appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, beautiful. So, Emeka, let's get talking on the tussle right now within the ranks and file of the PDP. Makinde and Wike, what's happening now? What is the latest? Is PDP able to survive this turbulence at a time like this?
Yes, well, it's an organic outfit. PDP is organic in the sense that it's made up of different individuals, and so they will, it's up to them to put the house in order. Unfortunately, Nigerian politicians are generally delinquent. So issues they can resolve within the party, they take those issues to the, they make a song and dance of issues that can be resolved. Intra-party, and of course, we'll think that, some of them claiming to be PDP chieftains and leaders are actually agents of the ruling party, working to destabilize the PDP. Sadly, even though the Supreme Court had ruled declared last year that party leadership is internal affairs of parties, but you still saw a federal high court, that nullified the convention of the Makinde faction. Of course, it's not the business of the federal high court, with due respect, to dabble into what the Supreme Court has declared as off limits. After all, the Supreme Court threw out its suit, threw out the judgment of a federal high court, a similar judgment, that was delivered some time ago. So for another federal high court to have, dabbled into the same matter again, I believe it needs to be looked into by judicial authorities. Thank you.
Okay, and how then does the PDP crisis affect its national political strength?
Affect what?
No, I said, how does the PDP crisis affect its national political strength?
No. Like I said, a political party is an association of, like mind.
Okay.
Like mind. And people, who think that they share the ideals that PDP espouses. Within the PDP, you still have heavyweights like former President Goodluck Jonathan in the party. You have Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi in the party. You have Seyi Makinde of Oyo. You still have some members of the National Assembly in the party, State House of Assembly. You have different people in the party. So, of course, it won't affect anything. Because let me tell you something.
Okay. When
people talk of a one-party state, I tell them that, look, by the time it's that, and INEC will soon bring out its time for 2027 elections. And so they will, or Labour Party or ADC, they will want to come to the PDP to try their luck. So the fact that they're having a crisis is not the first time. The party's fortunes were mismanaged by former leaders. But I hope the party can bounce back in time enough for the 2027 elections. Thank you.
Yes, Emeka, let's take a look at the judicial credibility at this time.
Yeah.
The jubilant faction of Nyesom Wike are stating, the latest we have, they are stating they might organize their own convention. Would we see an appeal to that yet again? Is the judiciary playing ping pong at this point with Nigerians?
See, that's the reason why I disagree with the judgment, of the Federal High Court that nullified the Ibadan Convention held last year. And they now upheld the constitution of a caretaker committee. There's nothing like a caretaker committee in the PDP's constitution. And to have nullified a convention, and they now said that the caretaker committee of Sam Dadi Anyanwu, with the secretary. Sam Dadi Anyanwu, his tenure ended on December 8th last year. How can you now give to him the secretaryship again through the back door? I hope the appeal court will correct, what evidently looks like a miscarriage of justice. The courts should, that's why we want a thorough review of the Electoral Act and the Constitution, so that the courts will have limited jurisdiction over party matters. One judge cannot just sit down somewhere and nullify the decisions of millions of members of a political party. That's a miscarriage of justice. Thank you.
So nice. And then I need to even okay. Now let's look at the secretariat. This meaning that Makinde had to, when we're reading our main conversation. So does naming the secretariat Mustapha House carry political symbolism?
After all, the other secretariat was called Wadata Plaza. It's not about naming, it's whatever the name. You can call the secretariat any name, but what we are talking about is having the influence, to impact on the people, and be able, in states where where they host with, be able to, show the people that yes, we, can give you a representative government, that caters to your needs. So that is more impactful for me than the name of a secretariat. Thank you.
Yes, Emeka, yes, on Wike yet again. Lots of people have judged that he plays dirty, and he said he never backs down on any fight that he starts, and he is ready to destroy whatever it is that's not given to him. So at this point, do you see a Wike evidently becoming wary over time? He has lots of fights to do in Rivers. He has so much to do in FCT, and now he's fighting Makinde in Oyo. What do you think, or what do you say of a personality like Nyesom Wike? Do they ever, at some point in their lives, consider what they have done and what they are doing, and the consequences to all of this?
Well, it's only depending on the politics being played by the current administration of Bola Tinubu. Just like what is happening in Rivers. At the time, you said the governor or the leader of the party in the state. They now turned around, according to a report in the newspaper yesterday, they turned around to say that no, that Wike is the leader, whether of PDP or APC. After all, there's nobody called the leader of the party in Lagos State other than the president. So they are not really sure of what they want to do. What's their business with who is the leader of PDP in any state? What is their business? So let me tell you, remember there was Ali Modu Sheriff, who, tried to hijack the PDP some years ago, but he was eventually thrown out by the Supreme Court. All I can just say is that the judiciary should be very careful in, the way it handles political matters, in order not to torpedo our current democracy. Thank you.
Yes, and speaking to what you had just alluded to, that is that there is no leader of the party in the state, just like they have said of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Lagos. But Shetima, a day before, while he was admitting the governor of Taraba, said that the governor is the leader of the party wherever it is. He mentioned that of Taraba. He mentioned that of Plateau State. He equally mentioned other states and said that the governor automatically is the leader of the party. So is it okay to go against what the vice president is saying? And knowing that this man is a major stakeholder within the rank and file of the APC, is Wike being deceived or baited that might get him into bad waters?
Like I said earlier, Wike is only banking on the duplicitous assurance being given to him by some persons in the corridors of power. They say one thing today, they say another thing tomorrow. They say one thing today, they say another thing tomorrow. Remember, when he was boasting the other time, he boasted the other time about how he influenced the judgment, Supreme Court judgment on local government forms in Osun State. Nobody even though that matter, people call for an investigation. But you can see how National Judicial Commission brushed it aside. But let me assure them that one day will be a day of reckoning. And those who are currently enabling the desecration of our democracy will be called to account. A day is coming. I can assure them, as long as the sun, as sure as the sun will rise on the east tomorrow, they will be called to account. And they will pay dearly for it. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Emeka. We truly do appreciate your time despite the very short notice. We truly do thank you again and again.
Thank you very much.
All right. So that's just about the time we have. But just before we close, I think it's very important that we let our politicians know that nothing lasts forever. Your position would not be there forever. There used to be a time when Malami was in charge. He was one of those stakeholders that controlled the Nigerian economy, controlled politics, the judiciary. He was all over the place. Today, Malami is sitting down somewhere and asking for mercy. Godwin Emefiele, CBN governor, remember the Naira color change and all that. You know, at some point he even asked that the Bureau de Change should come and they will box together. You know, he could box them and all that. He at one time, you know, requested to run as the president of Nigeria, even while sitting as the CBN governor.
They are not just satisfied with just
he has so much money to himself.
So much.
But today, where is Godwin Emefiele? He is coming to the court now with the Bible in his hands. You know, so you can see how things can change abruptly. And I think it's time that our leaders should understand, while all of these things are going on, Nigerians are still in penury. Nigerians are going through loss of their streets. Nigerians are not excited, are not happy. We read in one of our newspapers that going to the hospital now is more costly than having cancer. Because sometimes you get to the hospital, the doctors are not there because most of the doctors have traveled out of the country. They feel Nigeria is no longer conducive for them, and all of these things are just before us. And rather than these leaders with so much influence and money do what they should do, you don't see them doing any of that. Rather, you see them fighting amongst themselves and doing all sorts of things as if that will bring change to Nigeria. And when we do all of this, the rest of the world look at us and have no opportunity and to equally, see how great Nigeria would ever be with the kind of leaders that we have. Well, that's our talk for today. We'd love to say thank you for watching. Wherever it is you've done that around the world, we'll say thank you. Please do well to follow us. You can find us at enterprisetvnews.com. You may equally comment and follow us on all our social media platforms at Enterprise TV7. I am Henry.
And I'm Makinde.
Have yourself a splendid day. God bless you.
God bless Nigeria. Bye for now.